Hello, we are here again with another random five questions with Uncle Gonzo, and we got Blessed One with us today. Here we go.
What up, what up? Shout out to everyone watching out there. I'm here with Uncle Gonzo here in Shiprock, New Mexico. And it feels good to be back in our Res homeland with all my Diné people, Navajo people. And I got my new album out, Resilience. Thank you to everyone who purchased the album. And it's good to be with you again, Uncle Gonzo.
All right, here we go with random five questions.
All right.
Question number one. From Fort Defiance moving to Phoenix, Arizona, what was the biggest transition you had to deal with as far as from the reservation to the city?
I think the biggest transition for me was, when you're growing up on the res, you're so acclimated to your own culture. Where when I went to the city, was about maybe 4th, 5th grade. When I got to the city, I didn't know how to react, what they call culture shock. So they paired me up with this other Apache boy, and he showed me around the school, which was all Mexican, black, white, and I had to adapt. I had to adjust really quick. People used to, call me names, for being Indian, Native American, and it was a big adjustment because I had to stand up for myself. I had to stand up for who I was, and it made me strong as a person, as a young child, as a young kid growing up, and it made me miss home a lot. It made me miss home, my family, my grandparents, but it was a test, I endured when I was a young child, and I think still is in with me today, as an adult, a lot of obstacles in your life you have to face, but you have to man up and get through it, so I made it through. I made friends, and I adjusted. So, but I never forgot where I came from. That was number one.
Right on. Question number two would be from Fort Defiance, being the Native American Navajo true bred res boy. How did hip hop come about, and who were your influences?
Well, hip hop came about when it was back in the late '80s on the transition from the glam rock days when people were listening to metal, kind of, Run DMC, when they teamed up with Aerosmith. Kind of in that period is when I got into it. Run DMC was one of my first influences when I started, and at the time, I was a young kid in the city in Phoenix, and people were playing these beats, those big old boom boxes, breakdancing, things like that. So, me and my cousins, we used to break dance, we used to try to pop lock, things like that. And I always heard, the DJ, the four elements of hip hop, and then MCing was one of them. So I used to have these other friends at the time in the city who used to start rapping and freestyling. And I always thought, that was a huge influence at the time, because hip hop back then was about the message, about the culture of the people in the inner city of expression, which I thought is the same thing with people on the Navajo res where I came from. It's about poverty, overcoming struggles and adversity, and I wanted to be that person. I idolized these rappers like Rakim, Run DMC, KRS-One, people like that. But I envisioned, I wanted to write my own rhymes. I eventually moved back to the res my later years in high school, and I started picking up and rapping. And that's pretty much how it started. Kids from my neighborhood, and I wanted to represent and be that Native American to speak on our issues in hip hop back in the day. So that's how I got influenced, and right now it's been 28 years, so still going at it, still going strong.
All right. And question number three would be, being on the road, West Coast, East Coast, up north, down south, what are your favorite foods? And yeah,
my favorite foods
on the road, yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I'm a taco guy. I'm a taco connoisseur. I was out in New York City. I tried tacos out there. Nah, nothing like the Southwest. I've been out to California. It's okay out there. I try to look for spots like that, good tacos. I'm not really a candy guy. I don't eat candy and candy bars. I don't do that. So I would say my favorite snack is tacos when I can find a good taco spot in the city. So far, my best taco I've ate, to all the fans out there, is in Denver, Colorado, at Pinchy Tacos. It's on Colfax Avenue over there, so go check it out.
All right. Shout out to Pinche Tacos.
Yeah. Oh, and I can't forget my spot in Phoenix, Tacos Huicho. It's over, 20th Street and Oak in Phoenix. If you ever go over there, that's my spot. Yeah.
All right. Another shout out.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 4. Okay, you've done a lot of shows with great friends of yours like Chosen, AZ Chief, Gino, Tatanka Brown, and you've done shows with Red Cloud, Defy. Who would you like to collab with now that you know you're yourself and your confidence? Who would you like to collab with nowadays?
There's a female artist. She's from the West Coast in San Francisco. Her name is Kalina Lawrence. Shout out Kalina Lawrence. We're actually in the works of getting that collaboration. She was supposed to be on this album, but due to our busy schedules, we couldn't work it out. But she's an amazing artist. That's one of the artists I'd like to collaborate with, maybe in the future projects. Kalina Lawrence. And of course, any other artists who are about the message that I'm trying to bring, it's about the message with me. So, whoever's down to collaborate, that's what I look for. People who are experienced, people who have the message, and people who have something to say. I'm not really about flash or materialistic wealth. I'm about inspiring our people. So, those are the type of people I look for when I'm doing collaborations.
Awesome. My 5th and final question pertains to our youth. What are some words of encouragement or advice to give our youth today to pursue their dreams and to never give up?
That's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that. Number 1 is be yourself. There's a lot of people, a lot of influences, whether it be your friends, social media, television, videos, movies. There's always influences for you to be a certain person or image to fit in, to be accepted. I think my message to the young people is just be yourself. There's nothing wrong with being yourself. Being yourself is unique. You're an individual person. It sets you apart from everyone. So no matter who you are, what race, where you come from, how you look, whatever gender you are, just be yourself. And if you find that being yourself, you find that you're more happier with yourself. So, and number 2 is don't let no one tell you no or that you can't do it. If I had someone telling me no, that I couldn't do it, that I couldn't rap or I couldn't make music, I would never be here. Sometimes you got to go through difficulties, you got to go through failure to succeed. Everyone that's successful, it's not easy. It takes hard work to do this. No matter what you do, no matter your job, life, in general, music, it takes hard work. People don't see that hard work, but if you put in hard work and be yourself, you can accomplish anything.
Right on. Okay, want to give out your social media and how they can get a hold of your music and your t-shirts.
Yeah, you can find me on my main website, which is blest1music.com. And I got the new album out here. It's called Resilience. This is out in all social media formats. Also, these are my previous albums, Straight Out of Nowhere, and also Rise Above. I got another one as well, and then the previous Tribal Live album. Those aren't available on the net, but every format you can find it there. Google me, Blest1, BLESTONE. SoundCloud, iTunes, Amazon, Google, wherever, Tidal, wherever you search, Spotify, it's all there for you. And I want to say thank you for all the support. Thank you, Uncle Gonzo, for having me on. And it feels good to be back in the res. And look out for more of my music. Support native hip hop. Support our artists, because we work hard at this to bring it to you. So I appreciate all your love and support.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.